I feel like we don't have enough old black people names anymore, and that's a problem for me. Like, we need more Clydes. We need more
Gladys.
Yeah, if we had a couple of baby Gladyses, I feel like as a culture, we would be in a different spot right now.
As like you would act like your name kind of vibe. Like if your name was Gladys, you can't be out acting.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Gladys in general is going to make better financial decisions for her future. I think Clyde. Yeah, a baby named Clyde is not going to have an Instagram. Like a baby named Clyde is going to I gotta figure out a specific.
I gotta protect the image. Protect the brand.
I gotta figure out a trade. I'm for. What is my trade? Kind of thing.
So grown, so old, elder as a young
Clydes.
Person.
You know what I'm saying?
Jeff
Rose.
Like you said, Shirley's.
Yeah.
You know. I feel like some of those older names, they do get a little. They got their stuff together just a little. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look. This podcast isn't necessarily about the truth. It's about being right.
It's about being right. Period.
And however you decide to interpret that, so be it. Anyways, this is Dated, a show that investigates love. Every week, I go on a mission, a journey to investigate this thing that we call love, one of the most important emotions you could ever have. And sometimes I do it with people that I know. Sometimes I do it with people that I love. Sometimes I do it with one of my best friends in the world. And today I'm doing that with one of my best friends in the world. Make some noise. Everybody show some love for Mr. Torrance Winder. What's up, brother?
Ooh, young T in the building, not the old one. Get that right.
Ooh, not the old one. What's up,
not the old
Torrance? You been going to any good dates lately? What are the vibes? What's going on? What's Los Angeles talking about these days?
The dating scene out in Los Angeles is, what I always say is, there's a little pee in the pool. It's a little pee in the pool.
You think so?
Out here. Oh, yeah, in Los Angeles, absolutely. For a queer black man dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a little different. I think, and this is what I said. This is why I be kind of cursing the skies. Because sometimes I'll be like, dang, like if I just, you could have made me just a little heterosexual. I could have been hetero. You could have just had me be hetero. I don't know. I just feel like dating, for at least for what I've heard and experienced from my straight friends, it's so much better. Oh,
you think so?
Oh, they be going on dates and having a great time, and I met somebody, and at least their dates last longer than a day, if that makes sense. Like, like I'll go on a date with somebody, and then I'll never hear from them again.
So it's more so just fun. Like you're able to meet people, but you're not able to meet serious people.
I think that's it, because I'm in a world where everybody just wants to have a little fun. Everybody just want to have a little fun. They just want to play around, roll around, do all that. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You know, I had my fair share. Which I'm not saying I was no whore, but I was close. But again, you know, that's not where I'm at right now. We getting older. I'm just trying to chill out. I want a little bit of consistency in the movement and the people that I deal with. And unfortunately, out here,
meet to meet.
That's it. That's all it seems to be. That's all it seems to be.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy. I think I've heard a lot of straight guys complain about dating, and I think if you're a straight guy complaining about dating, you're a loser.
I think it's you.
I think you're a loser. There's so many cold black, white, fat, skinny, Asian, brown, whatever. There's so many cool. I don't know. There's so many shorties out here that are that you can have a good evening with, whether you want a serious relationship, whether you want to fuck within an hour, whether you want to meet their mom, whatever it is, religion, especially in a city like New York and even LA. There's so many shorties. On the other end, I can understand if you're a shorty where like a lot of niggas aren't serious because gay or straight, a lot of niggas, and I say niggas, us are not serious, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I
did go on a date this morning.
See that I wasn't going to. I asked the question to see if you was going to talk about it.
I know, and I wasn't going to, but now I got.
So now what happened? So it was a breakfast date.
It was a breakfast date, and I didn't hate it. I'm an early morning person anyway, so really? I don't mind.
What time?
It was like 10 o'clock, 9:45.
That's disgusting. I don't want to meet. It was first date.
Yes.
That's disgusting. 10 a.m. on a first date is crazy.
They were in town. They don't live here. They leave out today.
See you next time, Bubba. See you next time, Bubba.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible.
For me to wake up at 10 a.m. to see somebody, we have to have a real emotional connection for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna get out of bed on a Sunday early to be somewhere at 10. Not get out of bed at 10 or not like get out the house at whatever 10, but be somewhere at 10. I gotta be like, you are someone that, even if we're not fucking currently, I care about you enough to where I want to see you before you leave town. Touche.
But I was already up. I already did a walk around the neighborhood. I was moving. I was up and moving. That's just me. I will say that it was a good time. It was some laughs. But they don't live here. So
okay. Well,
it was just nice to see.
Is this someone you will see again or no?
I think so. You never know where the stars may land. You never know. But you'll live here. What we gonna do?
Last question. Age range. Can you give me that range or what?
Older, but like a couple years.
Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't no like crazy, because I know we chatted about it, and the people was in the comments talking about the ranges. Yeah, they said, they was like, hold on now. They to you specifically, they said, hold on now, young buck. What about us? They said,
it was some 40s.
It was some
40 aunties that was like, hold on, what's up with the 42? And the thing is about it, the 42s, that's a whole different conversation that we just, that clip wasn't able to have. And I'm willing to have that conversation as a family and as a community. But I was talking about specifically the 30s, the late 30s. Yeah. But the 42 lady, that's a whole different, now you're talking about, you might be a C-suite. You know what I'm saying? You a VP somewhere.
Yeah.
You got property. You own you own a house. You already been married once. He won shit. You know what I'm saying? You own the crib. You paying the mortgage by yourself.
That's your house. You got what you needed out of that settlement. You know what I'm saying?
You got a nice E-class. Clean. Yeah. You don't mow your grass. Somebody mowing your grass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You pay for all your services. You go to the spa. You know what I mean? Like you go to the spa multiple times a month. You are getting your spa treatments in, and that is a level of adulting and responsibility that like I'm trying to get there.
You got a couple nephews and nieces that love you a lot. You know what I'm saying? You see them often, but you would never. You like I can't do this right now.
Yeah, that's rich auntie. That's the one that come home that always got a fur on, that go to the functions. Yeah, you got your shit together.
But the 40, the 42, 43, 44, much respect, the utmost respect. I'm just talking about my wheelhouse with things that I can handle. You know when you maxing out and wait, like, hey, look, I can maybe do this once. I can't one rep.
I can do one rep.
I think pretty highly of myself, but you got some things that we can make some arrangements. Anyways, church announcements. Your boy is headlining his first show.
Hell yeah!
Here in New York City. Yeah. If you are in New York and you say, hey, I like comedy, I like funny shit, I like black humor, I like dating humor, I like love. Pull up to my comedy show at Bushwick Comedy Club, May 28th, 8 p.m. I'll be headlining. I'll probably run 45, so a longer set. Chanel Ali, Grace Johnson will be opening, 2 hilarious comedians as well. Some special guests. It's going to be a good time, all right? My first time headlining here in New York, so if you are in Brooklyn, Harlem, whatever, do what you got to do. It's a Thursday night. It's 8 p.m.
I don't give a damn what borough you in. Get your ass down to Bushwick, 8 p.m.
It's going to be... Torrance has been to all of my live tapings. People that support me are beautiful. So if you like beautiful people, even if you don't like comedy, but you like seeing fine shit in the audience, pull up on me, please.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Nice little intimate night. But anyways, America, I don't know if we're at war or not still. At the time that we're recording this, we could easily be, the world could be over by the time I submit this podcast into Spotify and Apple. So who knows? Mm-hmm. And I've been thinking the past couple months as we enter this little war situation with Iran and, Gaza, all this stuff. What are things that could fix America? things that could reverse time and get us back to where we need to be as a people. First thing I think is we got to bring back smoking sections in chain restaurants. Like Torrance,
cigarettes?
Yes, think about this.
Okay.
Smoking in general. I'm in a neighborhood Chili's, all right? It's me, my old lady, you know what I'm saying? Some of the homies, we chilling. We living life. We parked easy. It's chilling, you know what I'm saying? We doing our thing. We got some drinks. We ordered our food. Now the fajitas coming out. Somebody order fajitas. We hear them sizzling from the kitchen. When I say, open the door. Everybody looking at us. Like, oh, they got some fajitas. What the fuck going on? They get fajitas money. That's crazy. As they doing that, I'm busting down a Black and Mild. I'm rolling up a blunt. Smoking it. And as the fajitas coming, I'm smoking a Black and Mild like fucking Big Meech in the Applebee's.
You got the Black and Mild smoke mixing with the steam and the smoke from the fajitas, and it's making this combination.
Yeah, it's Scarface. I'm like Scarface in the end scene where he's just at the desk as the fajitas pull up. I think that would save America, low key.
You know what? Shoney's. If you bring back, where did Shoney's going? Why did you take away?
That's so specific.
The Shoney's. Shoney's.
Or Charlie's, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blunt, like, Charlie's would be great. We'll go Ruby Tuesday, smoking a blunt. Ruby Tuesday will go double platinum. I
don't know. I just feel like, I think maybe some of those old school, chain restaurants, like a Shoney's, like a, oh man, they had a spot in Baltimore that was called Bennigan's. I didn't know if y'all had one of them, but them was delicious.
Bahama Breeze.
But, oh my God. Oh.
Bahama Breeze. Niggas, when Bahama Breeze hit the streets in Cincinnati, Ohio, in 2001, 2000,
you couldn't tell me I wasn't Caribbean at the Bahama Breeze.
Yeah.
Eating a Cuban bread, getting a plantain, like the plantain with the oh, golly, man.
Bahama Breeze.
Bring back
Benihana, of course. Yeah, Benihana.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that there's certain, like you said, things that will fix America. Bring back Bahama Breezes. Bring back.
Because think about it too, the smoking section thing. The crazy part about it is, I think the people that were smoking Marlboros in the Chili's are 100% MAGA people now. And once they could no longer smoke Marlboros in Chili's and Applebee's, they said, all right, now we got to hate black people because, where I got to redirect this energy somewhere. It has to go somewhere.
You know what? Growing up,
do the math.
I didn't know that there were multiple brands of cigarettes because all I saw were like Newports everywhere in Baltimore. Yeah. Like that's like with menthol and shit. That's such a nigga. I didn't know this until I got older. I was like, oh, that's a nigga brand. Newports is the brand for but a Newport mixing with, like you said, like with all the fumes, you got steam rising from the fajitas, that coming together.
Yeah, bottomless fries. I think that will fix America. Another thing that I think will fix America, and I think the direct correlation between when America started really teetering into disaster was when Jesus and Mero broke up. I think if we could find a way to bring that back, put a mediation, bring them back together, I think that we'll be in a space where we could come together and have peace in this world. Peak Jesus and Mero, even and they were just like a part of that moment, that culture,
that era,
But even just that era of podcasting culture, New York culture, streetwear culture, coming out of like the blog era music, like 2016, 17, podcasts just started booming. That was a time in media that people don't talk about often enough, and it pisses me off a little bit. Like music, remember music 2016 that summer?
There's
17. It was crazy.
It was some great. It felt amazing. It was like that. It felt like everything was going to be all right.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, I don't know what it just feels like you said, is the world going to be okay by the time this goes live?
No. This is an archive. This is an archive you listen to. If you're hearing this, it's too late.
It's too late. If you're hearing this right now, you're probably in the rubble We're in the rubble.
Oh, the rubble is crazy, Torrance.
You got a random speaker. Something. Look, hey, and I'm in California. That's where they trying to come. They trying to do stuff over here first. I just want to. Honestly, all I really want to do is make enough money where I could take a trip. I want to get on a boat and just like cruise around. I want to get some good champagne and just like vibe out. And it's just looking like.
Speaking of America, did you see that my man Eric Adams is an Albanian citizen? He's going to jail so soon. The former mayor of New York, if y'all listening, the former mayor of New York who just got out of office like
he's an Albanian. He's an Albanian citizen.
Yeah, he has this funny act. I can only imagine him just in this ceremony, like, yeah. So I'm officially Albanian. What I had to do was, I was a huge fan of the Kim Kardashians, and I figured, you know what I'm saying. I like BMWs.
When did he become? Was he all what?
No, he's a nigga from New York.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the thing with Eric Adams is he's probably done 40 illegal things and is just doing something so that he can flee the country whenever he potentially can. That's all it is.
I ain't mad at it.
That nigga's going to jail soon. Yeah, I like Kris Jenner. I like Khloe Kardashian. So what I had to do was really.
So this is horrible. No, because I don't.
I had to stop myself. I want a career one day.
You would have had to cut that
I didn't want a career one day, so I stopped. All right, let's get into the body of today's episode. It might be a shorter episode because life is lifing. Yeah. This past week, I've been dealing with some family stuff, and my pops got sick, and I think he'll be fine. But it was a big wake up call, and it's been a really interesting time in my life because I've been having a lot of conversations around just my life in general leading up to last week, right? My pop's getting sick. Our friend Brandon, we had a long phone call about some social media stuff and some work things have been happening. And just in general, it's one of those seasons of my life where I feel like all the arrows are leading in one direction. And now it's just time to execute. Like, I don't know if you ever felt that before in your life where things are going in a way that you're still living, you're still able to provide yourself, but things are going so wrong in a way that God, whatever you believe in, is telling you this is the other direction you need to go to.
You need
to go in.
This is where you need to be. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, man. Yeah. And so then, all that's happening, but then I'm on stage even. I've past a couple months been talking a lot about my age, being 33. And things that happen in my life too, where I'm like, okay, am I about to have a lot more responsibility than I, had before? All kind of shit, dating, kids, all this stuff. The reality of being someone in your 30s. And my parents had me young, right? This thing with my dad, he's only 60. And it was really sobering because, my parents are the youngest, I think, out of all of our friend groups and most of my other friend groups as well. So as my friends, their parents are getting sick or retiring or passing away even, I've always kind of been in a space where like my parents are in their 50s, or 40s even. So luckily I don't have to worry about this right now. Like, thank God, thank God. And so this happening is like, oh, this is a sobering thing. And it brings you back. Yeah. And it brings you back to this point of giving your parents grace. Because as a kid and even as a teenager and as a young adult, I have a good relationship with my parents. There's been moments of like either hesitation or frustration as most people have had maybe with their parents. But all in all, my parents have been really good to me, especially my mother. And the sacrifice that they give. Like, I'll give a story, so I went to 3 different high schools, all right? And I remember we moved to Jacksonville. I'm from Ohio, people that are listening from Cincinnati, Ohio, and moved to Jacksonville, Florida, going into my 7th grade year. So kind of a pivotal time as a kid. You lived in the neighborhood from kindergarten till 6th grade. You really 6 years in the school system.
You got your friends, you got your people, you got
little fake girlfriends.
Build up that like status, if you will, as a young,
Well, you start figuring out what you actually like, as a preteen, stuff like that. So you find your real people, sports, and we moved, and it was a culture shock going from Ohio to northern Florida. And if you've never been to northern Florida, like northern Florida, Jacksonville is essentially like southern Georgia. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like a time machine of culture and intersectionality, all the shit, right? Like it's Cincinnati's segregated, but this was like even more different in a way that I didn't understand. You know, when you're grew up in a certain region of the world, or the country, I should say, you aren't exposed to certain stuff. Like certain parts of the world, people aren't exposed to Jewish people at all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't really understand like what that even means, really. You might have heard it, of course, but you don't know. Maybe you're never around Spanish people or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So, and that, you know, we had some financial shit happen, so we moved back, and then I was back in Ohio, and I always wanted to be in Ohio, you know, through high school and finish my time out in Cincinnati. And it just didn't really work out, and we moved back to Florida. And the crazy part about this time was when we moved back the second time, my plan was to stay in Cincinnati and go to school where I was at, stay there. Mm-hmm. And I was just going to go home with my mom and the rest of my siblings back down to Florida for Christmas break or some shit like that. It was Christmas break. So I was like, I'm going to come here for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go back up and finish my last couple years of high school. This is halfway through my junior year. So I finished playing football that season. Boom, boom, boom. And so as I'm there in Florida, thinking I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, my mom's like, yeah, bro, you're not going back. So this rush of emotions happened. Like, what? Yeah. Like, what do you mean, bro? Mm-hmm. I mean, my locker wasn't cleaned out. Like, you know.
Stuff is still there. Like, my life is, yeah.
It's still in Ohio, Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what do you mean? You know, just heartbroken. And it was, you know, I was upset about it. It was really because we were kind of been going back and forth. Like, I really want to stay. We had already kind of been through some stuff financially in Florida mm-hmm. where it didn't work out. And I'm like, our family's here. Why are we going to this city again for what? Why are we we had no roots there. Mm-hmm. And my mom, she had her reasonings, and, you know, school. And back then in Florida, there was this thing called Bright Futures, where if you got a certain GPA, you could like get into college. Or your college was paid for. You had like a 3-point something. Okay. Mind you, I'd never had a 3-point something high school day of my life, but the rest of my siblings and whatever, she just knew there was a closer
There was an
path.
Opportunity for something to come out of that.
Exactly.
Being there.
Mm-hmm. And she just knew, you know, she grew up, born and raised in Cincinnati, what the limitations of the city were. Halfway through my junior year, now I'm back in this, you know, bumfuck Florida place that I don't necessarily like. And to this day, I'm not a Florida person really at all. It's too hot. It's politically, it's weird. You know, I felt like I was forced to be put in a box there. You know, I was a kid. I have a little bit more of a Southern drawl now because of being there since I was fucking 12 and then going to school in North Carolina. And even Ohio has a little bit of a drawl in general, just because a lot of people, the Great Migration, etc. But I wasn't a Florida nigga. So like the Florida niggas was like, what was this motherfucker? You know, the white people was like, what was this motherfucker? You know, so it's just weird all of a sudden being thrusted into this intersectionality of who am I, like self-identifying. Yeah. When I'm like, bro, I'm just who I am. You know, I was a good athlete.
Like in high school.
Yeah, right.
In very formative years, yeah.
I had to first, approach that in junior high school, and then once again later in high school unexpectedly. So we're in this, super white, country town more or less, and relative to even how I live now, whatever suburban type environment. But I finished my junior year out, going to my senior year. This is my time where I gotta figure out my life athletically. I got to really lock in. I wasn't a highly recruited kid. So I'm like, all right, if I want to play football in college, this is the time. And that summer I really locked in and did extra work, extra training, whatever. At this point now, my sister, she was a senior when I was a freshman. So the first run that we were in Florida, she literally would never forget this moment. She got into University of Miami, which University of Miami is like the best school in Florida, more or less. Mm-hmm. And we had been in some really crazy financial situations, just whatever, evictions, all this kind of stuff, just like financially fucked up. And we got this thing, her acceptance. And this was the thing that really propelled us to be like, this first,
hell yeah,
this was worth it. Us being here was worth it, because going back to that reason of that bright futures thing I thought my mom was talking about was like, all right, this, her shit can be paid for to an extent just from having good grades and getting into the school. So then boom. So then fast forward back. Now it's my senior year. I got 2 younger siblings in the house as well. My little brother Larry is a freshman when I'm a senior, so similar kind of dynamics. But I got to lock in. And at this point, we're probably in the worst financial place as a family ever. Like my sister's still in college. None of us have jobs. My mom's trying to support us. My stepdad and my mom were kind of figuring the relationship out, but they were pretty much separated. And my dad, my birth dad, just was kind of figuring this shit out too. So nobody had bread to just like save the day kind of thing. And so I had to really lock in that senior year, and I had like a horrible GPA, like a 2.3 GPA, was fucked up, and got a scholarship offer and had to get straight A's essentially my senior year to qualify to go to Elon. So I had the offer and whatever. So I remember the signing day, just like in that moment, putting the hat on. If you don't know sports, when you sign to a college, it's like a ceremony. The school, you're one of the best athletes in the school. It's a whole kind of prep rally where people come, reporters are there, whatever, coaches and stuff.
Photos, they're talking to you, trying to want to know what you're going, where you're going. It's
like a press day kind of thing. So I had committed to Elon, and they asked me to give a speech, and that moment was probably one of the first times where I understood my mom's vision and gave her grace, because I don't know if I would have gotten that same shot in the school that I was at in Ohio, maybe. But I know the moment that I got there in Florida, they like flooded me with an attention and wanted the best for me. And the politics that I was dealing with in my high school in Cincinnati didn't exist in Florida for that reason. So I was getting the ball. I was loved. Whenever there's a school in town, they're coming to take me out of class. Clemson or Florida State, whatever. They come to holler at me. Georgia Tech. I was recruited by Georgia Tech a little bit. And so I was like, oh, okay, like this is a whole different side of it. So anyways, I get this, sign with Elon, and I'm like, all right, this is crazy. Fast forward to, present day. My mom ends up, this whole time, mind you, my mom didn't have a college degree. She went to college. She had us young. My sister finishing high school, me in college. So she had 4 kids in her 20s. And she had a lot of school, start, stop, and never finished. So this whole time she's pushing education while she doesn't have her bachelor's. And now fast forward today, she has since finished her bachelor's, went and got her master's, and all 4 of her kids have bachelor's, and 3 of those 4 have a graduate degree.
Hell yeah!
I'm the only nigga that doesn't have a graduate degree, but
me. I am the 3 out of. I'm the 1 out of the 4, but still, yeah.
So it's one of those. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
But no, I'm just saying, like it's something about not understanding in the moment because you're young, and you're full of emotion, and your parents have the thought in their mind that no matter what, I got to make this better for my kids.
Yeah.
They can't have what I have. They can't, I don't want them to experience what I experienced.
Yeah.
And their decisions don't feel good for us in that moment. Like me growing up, being in Baltimore, growing up when like the neighborhood black, the family black, I'm going to Catholic school, all white Catholic school, where it's like 7, 8 of us in the class. Yeah. Like we had like small, like speckled through, like truly. And then going and that was it, kind of consistently, just always in these white environments. And they didn't know what to do with me. Now I wasn't a bad kid. Right. But it made me feel bad because I was a black kid. I was outspoken. I didn't fit their mold of just like, all white and just, oh, hi. Like that's not who I was. Yeah. And so I was like, what are y'all, like, why would I be here? What am I doing here with these white people who don't like me, who hate me, who obviously don't see, the best in me, who think I'm this, that, and the third. But similarly, like you said, it was the reality that the education that I got there was different than the education that was available at other schools in that area. Right. Like, and again, my parents had to come out of pocket for Catholic school. Like it wasn't like there were public schools around, but my mom was like, I can't do that. Like she's like, I can't send you there. Like that. Right. That was one of the non-negotiables that her and my father kind of had, was like, we have to do whatever it takes to make sure that their education is top tier so that they can get the advantage that we did not have. Because we had to do what we had to do to get to here.
And the thing about a lot of our parents in that age, that, they were the first generation of kids that like things like they're the first post civil rights generation. Mm-hmm. So the resources that they had available to them, most of our grandparents didn't have access to even teach our parents how to do this shit properly. Like they were coming out of segregation and not even be able to go to, or going to war and not having the rights to buy a house and all this kind of stuff. Like you're lucky if our grandparents, black people, people that parents were born in the 20s, the 30s, even the 40s, had that foresight to have things, own homes, and, have careers and, be able to overcome legitimate segregation and all that kind of shit, not just like passive aggressive racism. Yeah. And I just look at, my mom, and now being 33, going back to 33, she was doing all this when she was my age with like multiple kids. And my dad, similarly, all the decisions that he had to make or didn't make was in a similar age, where you're just trying to get ahead. And I think about all the things that I fuck up at with like, damn, I need to call my parents more, or call my sister more, or why am I always moving? I've lived in so many different cities. I'm like, what is my problem? So it's like, it's hypocritical for me to be like, damn, my mom moved us from Ohio to Florida for this yada yada reason. And now me, grown up Danny, if I feel the wind blow too hard, I'm like, I'm out this bitch.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't even think it's hypocritical. I think it's understanding, right? It's kind of like you say, it's grace. It's understanding. It's grace. It's realizing that, this shit is hard. Like, this shit is hard. This is so difficult to do all of this without children. Like, it really is that, like, claps up, hand, like, round of applause to our parents who did whatever it took to make sure that, and again, truly blessed, like, did they make all the best decisions? Did they say the wrong things? Did they do the wrong things? Did they make me feel? Did they do da-da-da? Of course, because nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect at all. But what they did and what they were able to accomplish, truly put us on a path that is, we are so hungry for what life could be, right? We can dream big. We can go to the places. We can do the things, right? Without there being like, I honestly, truly, like me thinking about, or me having the opportunity to go to France for a wedding, right?
Right. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Stuff. It's just,
that's it, bro. That's exactly the point where, even for my mom, us going to Florida, like I don't remember exactly how she found Jacksonville, Florida. At the time, she was doing like skincare, esthetician stuff, and nails, and then she was also reselling clothes. Like she was doing that like early eBay. But I think for her, it was just like, I just want to expose my kids to something different. We Cincinnati, Ohio is what it is, and it's a cooler city now, quote unquote, because of gentrification or whatever. But Cincinnati in the 90s and 2000s like wasn't a sexy place to be. Like it just, like downtown Cincinnati. If you live in Cincinnati now, it did not look like that 15 years ago. There wasn't like, all this shit. Like it was different. It was very different. And so she just wanted us to be able to see the beach. She wanted us to be able to see different kinds of people, open up, expand our horizons to just what different kind of people think and look like. And, it's that point of the experiences of, it got to the point where it was a expectation that we were going to go to college. There was no like option that we weren't, even if it was community college.
There wasn't an option. There was no option. There was no option.
And for her generation or siblings, it was an option, right? Like it was, maybe you go, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll go and you last a semester or two and then fuck off. But I think to put a button on all this, this past week and kind of dealing with my own like morality of, damn, okay, I'm also getting older. 33, boom, this is crazy. And really prioritizing that I have to live a life that embodies my purpose.
Yeah.
Like every day. I'm a passionate person. People that know me know I'm a passionate person. If I say I want to do something, I do it. If I want to move, I'm going to do it. I don't really I don't take disrespect or being talked to a certain way really well at all, or just being told what to do without a purpose really well at all. And so, like, for me, this next phase of these conversations I've been having with friends, and this happened in my family, and then just me being in New York and being around people that are hustling and working their ass off to make their dreams work. I'm like, I have to live every single day. I can't punt the day. I can't punt my feelings. I can't punt my dreams, over and over and over and over again. I want to wake up every single day and be like, I'm building a life that I want to live. Absolutely. Whether it means I'm working my ass off till 3 a.m. or I'm waking up, with some fine shit in the bed, I'm sleeping in till noon, whatever the fuck it is. Or if I'm want to go to France and write a script, whatever it is, I want to live my life that is purpose driven, and I have no other option to do that.
My mantra this year that I thought about, and it really came to me at the top of January, is that I don't want to betray myself anymore. I don't want to betray. I don't want to betray. I don't want to betray me. I don't want to betray who I know I want to be, what my calling is, what I feel it in my spirit, in my soul, in my energy. I can't betray me anymore. I can't put it off until tomorrow. I can't be like, oh, I'm not going to do this. Oh, I'm not going to whatever. I have been the most consistent in the gym working out that I've ever been in my entire life for the first 4 months of this year. I've never done this before. So for me, I'm very proud of myself. I'm very I'm sticking to that thing. But like you said, feeling that level of just crank in you, that fire that's lit in you, and everything won't be great, right? Everything won't be the same. No. It won't look the same, because the last couple of weeks have been hell for me, right? Have I gone to the gym as much as I wanted to? No. Have I done all the things? But no. But guess what? Tomorrow's a new day. Today's a new day. Yeah. Right? Like every opportunity that I wake up, it's no longer like, oh man, I missed that window like it was previous years. Oh man, I'll just try again next year. No, there's still today. There's still time in the day. Can you get up and do this now? Is that something you can focus in? Can you do it tomorrow? Like very much so focus on the now versus the time lost in the woe is me kind of mentality.
You know what the sweet and interesting part about it is, when you go so hard and you prioritize yourself and your purpose every single day, I can enjoy rest even more. Yeah. Like this year, this start of this year, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be outside doing comedy most nights a week. If I'm not outside, I'm editing. Even if I don't have a spot, if I have to edit work late, I'm gonna just go to a homie spot. I'll just pull up to a spot and go back home or whatever, do some shit, whatever. But I'm in the community. I'm adding to the community. I'm supporting the community. I'm throwing events or whatever. So when I say, all right, on a Wednesday night, I'm not going out, that night in feels great. I feel zero guilt about taking a shower, cleaning my crib up, lighting some incense, and fucking chilling, watching the movie or going to the movies, going to fucking shop or Saturday.
Getting a massage, taking the day off, taking time for yourself.
Get some head.
I tell you, I took...
Sorry.
Okay. I took...
Hold on, my fault.
Close the doors. I took a day off. I took 2 days off last week. Yeah. And I... felt in society, it's always a very you have to work to feel purpose. Like you have to have work attached to you. If you're not tied to some type of work, you lose purpose, and you don't have nothing. You're not contributing. I think this year in particular, this is the first time that I've taken off, and I've been like, yeah, I deserve this, bitch. Like, if anything, it's as long overdue. I should have been took these days. Yeah. Matter of fact, fuck around, I'm gonna take more days. Because of the work that you're putting in. Yeah,
you have to do it. And to wrap it up, I think anybody that's listening to this, and maybe it's not the usual funny thing that we always do from a body perspective of pure love, is that love and grace for your parents. I feel like I've had conversations with people about their parents lately, and lukewarm feelings about their parents or frustrations, or talking to the parents some kind of way, man. And as you get older, man, just really, really understand the sacrifices that those people had to make to, be there, to love you, what they were dealing with emotionally, what they aren't dealing with emotionally. And there's a certain like blessing and fortunate scenario when you start talking to your parents as humans and get to understand what their mental health is on, and like, oh shit, you were really depressed when this happened, or you're really sad when this happened, or this really makes you
going through a whole
this makes you emotional to this day about how that thing went 20 years ago, and the regrets that you have. And I'm like, I've probably disappointed so many people in passing, relationships or friends or whatever, about how I did or did not show up. And I think people would tell me things that I did in college, and I'm like, what the fuck? I really did that? That was crazy. Or shortly after college, I'm like, I said that to you? That's crazy. I was 22, 23 years old, 24 years old. And my parents had me at that time. They had kids at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know, love on your parents, call your parents, make sure, whatever you got to get out off your chest, get it off your chest, and you'll be better for it. All right. Every episode, we have a segment that's called So I Dated, where Torrance gets questions from our listeners, fields questions from our listeners about dating, love, all the shit that you guys need answers for. So, Torrance, do you have a couple of questions for our So I Dated segment?
Oh, there's so many, actually. There are some good ones here.
Yeah, we got a couple. We can do like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. This is fun.
Okay.
E to me. Fun E to me. Does it make y'all feel weird when someone you are dating has an unattractive friend group? That's funny as shit to me. That's a funny ass question.
Yeah.
I had no choice. I had no choice, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry.
No, it's crazy. Because sometimes if you're on a dating app and you see the fine shit with the ugly girls, I'm like, baby, what are you doing? What were you doing?
I will say, let me preface by saying, everyone is attracted to something. Like there's some people that's attracted to somebody. So just because I don't think that you are,
I'm
does
not
not
saying
mean
that.
You got.
That's Torrance. That's not what I'm saying.
You got your own.
Totally different.
You got your own people that is interested in you. So love on you and find them people and love on them. Now,
no.
I don't know if it makes me feel weird about it. It does. It gives me a little just like. It has to be very blatant to me. But because again, personality is very important when it comes to friends, right? Not necessarily when it comes to what?
I'm just listening, but if you're listening to this, I'm shaking my head. Go ahead.
Personality means a lot when it comes to friendship, and sometimes shut up, stop. Sometimes looks don't really matter. Looks don't really matter when it comes to a good friend.
Look,
so
I don't hang out. Look, I don't have any ugly niggas that's just like, hey, bro, you trying to go on the mission? Like, you trying to hang out? Me and my ugly niggas. Me and the ugly niggas is out today. That's crazy.
Other niggas is
it might be different genre. I might have different genre of niggas. That's fine, right? Like my genre. Like coming up in college, I had a football genre friends where everybody's, you know what I'm saying, in shape. We can fight. This is my fighting friend group. When we gotta get in a fight, this is my people. You know what I'm saying? We on a certain kind of time. This is my kind of people. Alpha friends, our fraternity. It's a different kind of vibe. It's a different genre. We all are attractive people and, you know what I'm saying, get our shit off. But it's a different genre of niggas.
I mean, I can fight too, but go ahead.
It's levels of fight. Well, I mean, I think you can fight.
Okay,
So let me tell you a story. One time, I think I've told this on our old pod. One time we went to Elon, like I said earlier. It's in North Carolina. It's a bunch of colleges in North Carolina. About 45, 50 minutes away, Wake Forest is in Winston-Salem. Wake Forest had this place called The Barn. The Barn was like a big party space, like venue area. And they opened it up around the time we had just crossed. So we would go, and the Alphas, the fraternity that me and Torrance are in, were throwing a party. Mind you, Wake Forest is a fortress. You can't just walk on the campus. It's a gated community. So, first of all, we would have to sometimes smuggle people in the trunk because you needed student IDs. And one time, one of our fraternity brothers didn't have his ID. So whatever. So first of all, so that alone, we're Pablo Escobar to get into the space every once in a while.
By any means, and we meant
keys, exactly. And then, so this one time, I'm with, my alpha friend, my brothers. I love them to death. And I'm in there, peak shape of my life, college football, problematic Danny, doing my thing at the party, probably listening to Young Jeezy, scheming on something as I did from time to time. The thing about the barn also was that Wake Forest is a small school. So across the city is another HBCU, Winston-Salem State. Great academic school, black people, but it's a different breed of niggas. Not just the students from there, but just around the area that are getting into this other venue, which is the barn in Wake Forest. I'm doing my thing. Boom, 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 boom. Living my life. I feel like I'm in great shape. I can do whatever I want to. I bump into a nigga who's a half-inch taller, 20 pounds heavier, dreads, a little bit blacker. He's me, but better. You know when Optimus Prime is like in the movies, but then he's getting his ass beat. It's like, he don't have it. He don't have it. He don't have it.
Get his ass tagged. Okay.
So at this point now, I'm like, I've survived Florida. I'm in shape. I'm 6'3". I'm about 210, 205. I'm feeling myself. This nigga is, like I said, he's a little bit more of everything. Blacker, all the shit. Nose a little bit wider, everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
More hair, and he's a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And I bump into him. He's pissed immediately. And immediately my initial reaction is like, nigga, what the fuck is your problem? But once again, I'm like, oh, I'm Optimus Prime. This is something different. This is something different.
This is Megatron. This is like...
Yeah. And I knew I was in danger immediately because once he said something, his girl immediately like, no, Latrell, don't. Latrell. So she's seen him do certain things to people that
certain times, too many times for her to know immediately.
Danny's nigga logic is like, hold on, he's gonna kill somebody eventually.
He's different. Like
he's upset about something. And usually if I had the certain equipment of niggas around me, I probably maybe would have still been on that. But it was Kyle and Chris was with me. And if you're listening, Kyle and Chris are both 5'7", petite niggas that could not fight with me in the way that I would have needed to amongst this fucking crew of Negroes, this motley crew of niggas. And man, I was like, my fault, bro. I turned into fucking Dr. Umar. I said, brother, I'm sorry, brother. God bless. I'm sorry, brother.
Hey.
All we have is us.
That's all. Hey.
All we have is us.
Stay up, brother. Stay up.
Hold it down, black man. That was probably the only time I've ever backed down from a fight in a way that was so pussy that I was like, you know what, nigga? You got it.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
you got it.
I don't know. Maybe sometimes you don't want to ruin your night.
Yeah, it would have been ruined. We would have went to jail probably.
That's what I'm saying. At the barn at Wake Forest of all places.
Because it was highly policed. We got in fights in college, a handful of fights. But that was when I was like, I'm going to get my ass beat and go to prison? No, thank you. Because he looked strong and upset about something that happened earlier.
No, thank you.
So yeah, if you the shorty with the ugly friend group. Also too, if you get married, make sure you're real strict about who you bring on the bridal bachelorette party.
Ooh, because and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is similar to that, but it's very different. My mama always said, growing up for the prom, she said it's about the photos. Like I want you to have a good time, but you not bringing anybody. I'm not paying for ugly photos. I don't remember
what happened at prom. I just remember the pictures.
Yeah, and she said you're gonna get great, beautiful photos. Mine was Samantha. That's who I took to both of my proms. It was great. So we look great on any, on both of ours that we did on all our shit. We look great. But similar to that, like if you are getting married, make sure. It's kind of hard though.
But I be judging dudes too. When the dudes it'd be a black dude. It's like 8 groomsmen and one of them black. It's like, hold on, you got all white guy friends? What the fuck is going on?
No. what's going on with you? What's happening?
It's a big judgment zone. I'm like,
sinking to the floor. It's giving sinking to the floor, my brother.
Your friend group look ugly and lame. And like where you look, I've been married once. People that were in my quote unquote shower, because we didn't have a proper like shower as COVID. Mm-hmm. But the niggas I was there, we've all schemed on something at some point in our lives. So these are my actual proper niggas that we can vouch for our life in general. I be feeling like some of these bridal parties, it'd be niggas, it'd be Bob from accounting that you've had 8 beers with, and it's like, all right, I gotta fill this slot.
I gotta have at least a friend. Like, no, like, where your friend? Like, you don't have friends?
Nah. But I don't know. If you're the baddest shorty, I mean, I want my shorty to be the baddest of the group or equivalent. But if you a 9 and everybody else is 6s, we gotta have a conversation about
9 and 6s are nasty.
Networking. This is a networking conversation at this point.
At this point, that's what it shifted into. How would you describe someone who is fun to date but not compatible long term?
Ooh. I think there's fun to date is like just freaky and look good, really. Freaky, look good, and have good banter. Mm-hmm. That's a thing for sure, absolutely. But I think to date, I mean, age could be a thing, right? Like, you
talking about long term?
Yeah, long term. You might be you might be just out of my age range where like life is kind of always going to move us in a different way. I think like long term goals, like family planning. You might want kids or might not want kids, or you might be a certain race where like we could probably only do this where it's at.
But so many times before, I think we all got
like our parents would our whole thing wouldn't. Talk about relationship, real long-term shit. Your lives become one. And you compromise, and you still need to have separate ways to become happy. And like the other person's not responsible for your happiness, but logistically, your life becomes one. Your mama's birthday, your mama's retirement party, your uncle's wedding, whatever. You got to go to your, all that shit.
You got to go to all their stuff. Y'all going to each other's stuff. That's a part of your world now. Yeah.
So you start talking about your parents being a certain kind of weird, and that's important to you, whether it's race, political, whatever, religion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're probably not gonna be able to mix and match if your daddy hates black people a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that would be a big one for me, where it's like we can have a little fun, little whoop-de-woo, little run around the streets. But when it comes to like actually long term stuff, it would have to be like. Oh man, it would really have to be some real, because you could be a freak out there, right? Like you could have your fun and be festive, and we can have a good time at the clubs or whatever. But when I'm at home, and if your uncle George is like hates niggas, like and you want me to be there at Easter. Yeah, or you want me to be there at Thanksgiving, and you want me to like, oh, I'm here, and oh yeah, my granddaddy, he just say stuff sometimes. He don't really mean it.
Fuck him and fuck you.
Yeah, fuck him and fuck you for not. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Respectfully and disrespectfully, actually. Respectfully and disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck about your paw. He can kiss my ass.
All right, let's do one more.
Let's do.
These are good.
Which one?
I like these. I don't know. Whatever one you want to do. I don't know.
What are the things that people that we date like most about us, and what do they like? What do they dislike the most about us?
Ooh, like the most? Yeah. I would assume. Go ahead. You go.
I was going to say that I think people really like my personality. I think I'm really funny. People enjoy laughing with me, and like I'm quick-witted with shit, so that's always a fun thing. I think what people don't like about me is that I could be pretty intense, I guess. Like I don't like ambiguity. Like, are we?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do this or not? Like what's confusing?
Take me through there. Take me through there.
Yeah. Like, are we finna do this? Like, not in a way that's like, oh, what are we kind of thing. No, not that, because I don't. It takes a while for me to even get to that point.
Okay.
But like, are we having fun or no? Like what's stressing you out so much? Because I'm intentional, like my intentionality, like my intenseness when it comes to like, oh hey, how are you? What's up? What's going on? Like let's hang out, let's do this. Sometimes that overwhelms, especially queer Black men in particular, who just want to have a good time.
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because I am a good time, and so when we do have a good time, oh my God, it's great. But when I follow up and I'm like, hey, you want to do this good time thing again? They're like, whoa.
I feel like you need to start meeting more gay niggas at work. Like you need to work at a gay ass company. I feel like there's some old gay niggas that do want families and like they got 4 gray hairs in their beard and they're like, I'm rich. I just need a nigga that I can like, cook cookies with and stuff and like fold laundry with.
I like chocolate chip cookies. Hold on.
I think that's your problem. For me, I think they like, I be throwing this dick down. So they like that a little bit. Sorry, that was a joke. It's a joke, Torrance. It's a comedy podcast. You did all this serious shit. I had to break it up with a fucking comedy thing.
It's stupid as fuck.
No, that was a joke. I would say they probably like the fact that I have somewhat of my shit together, even though I'm fucked up. Like I live by myself. I guess my goals are really big. So I live by myself in New York. I make very low 6 figures. I do comedy. I'm funny. I'm talented. I think I'm ambitious. So like the scale of niggas that she has to do, and I'm a normal cool nigga. So like, all right, he's not balling, but he has a certain thing that like, okay, there's potential here, and I see I see the vision of where he's trying to go. That's probably the most thing they like. They don't like is probably my inability to commit to a specific kind of relationship, I guess, right now. I think you see that. You see me of like, oh, this person's been married once. Oh, he's whatever, and he's doing okay. Like, okay, I can see the vision, whatever. That same thing is like, all right, then let's keep it going. Let's be together. Let's do the thing. I'm like, hold on. As much as I maybe would like to, it's going to take a real specific person and timing for me to do it the right way. Because I'm the type of person, I can be with somebody monogamously and do the thing. I've done it before. But it's got to be right. And I got to be right within myself. And as the societal pressures of a nigga, we talk about all the time. And like, you got to provide and provide for yourself, provide for your shorty sometimes, provide for your fucking parents when they get sick. All those things that you want to just be right. And you have to sacrifice sometimes your time to commit to someone all right, we're going to go on a date night once or twice a week. I'm going to not do comedy and politic to see you tonight and come over. And, I'm going to go out of town this weekend for your fucking mom's whatever retirement thing. Like that's a thing as you do relationships in a proper, healthy way. And so my inability to do that right now for certain situations probably is the biggest red flag or turn off. Yeah. But those are some good questions. Those are really good.
Yeah.
This has been a good episode of Dated, man. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hopefully the stories that we shared today weren't too dark or boring, but this is my life. This is our life. And the most important thing about this show is like building a community of people that fuck with us and trust us and like actually know us, right? Like know our story, who we are. And so I just wanted to kind of give y'all an honest depiction of what was going on in my life. Like this is all happening in real time for me. And I was like reaching out to guests and thinking about guests this week. And I'm like, I can't talk to someone that I don't know really well this week right now. Like I'm not feeling it. So it was good to talk to you, Torrance, and kind of talk about what's going on in my little black ass life.
Yeah. And feeling comfortable to share it. And again, wanting to share it and being like, hey y'all, this is, it's funny, it's fun and funny as life is, and we have a good time about shit. Life get real, and when it gets real, we gotta talk about that shit too. Yeah. So this is Dated, show that investigates love. Call your parents, tell them you love them, and like, comment, subscribe to Dated, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all over the place. We'll see y'all next week. Love you so much. Peace.